Another week in Big Sky Conference play. We're here with head women's basketball coach Lynn Kennedy. Coach, talk a little bit about this last weekend. Tough road trip through Idaho and Eastern Washington, two of the top teams in the league, and just how you guys stuck with them on the road.
Yeah, going into the weekend, we knew it was going to be a tough road swing. Idaho has been playing some of the best basketball in the Big Sky here in the last month. They've got such a unique team where they've got inside presence, and they really stepped up. The post really stepped up in that game, and then they've got the outside scores and the shooting. They've got three-point shooting, probably the best in the league, and they really stepped up and made some shots. But I felt like with our young team going into the weekend, we did a lot of good things, a lot of positive things. We were able to stay with them for most of the game. We had a little bit of they had a little bit of a run in the second quarter that allowed them to extend their lead. But other than that, we were able to defend, keep them in front. I thought we did a good job on their shooters. Their posts were able to get inside a little bit on us, and that's something we talked about for the next game against Eastern Washington. But we stuck with it in the fourth quarter. We made a little bit of a run. We were able to get back into the game and do some of the things that we were talking about as far as our scout. So looking forward to the Eastern Washington game, we kind of went from Idaho, playing them tough at their place, and we felt good about the Eastern Washington game, being able to play them at home, winning that game. But we also knew that they were going to be tough as well, losing to Sac State on Thursday night. So we came into the game, first quarter, went back and forth. Second quarter, we were able to make a run at the end of the second period to cut it closer, and then really it was that third quarter they made their big run, and during the third quarter they were able to get some offensive rebounds, convert those into three-point shots, some transition lay-ins, and that kind of separated us a little bit, made that 10-point lead, and from then on we were kind of fighting to get back into it. Looking back at it, I felt like our defensive intensity was good for three quarters, just not that third quarter. I felt like our execution was good for three quarters, not the third quarter. And those are the things that we're working on, this week. Seems like every game we've had one or two quarters that we have to kind of shore up. And if we do that, we can stay in a game for four quarters and kind of give these teams that are in the top of the league some problems because of our athleticism, our speed, the ability to get to the basket and hit outside shots. So those are the things that we're looking at coming into this week against North Dakota and UNC.
The Vikings home for their final homestand of the season this week against North Dakota and Northern Colorado. Coach, it's the first time you've seen either of these teams this year in the kind of the unbalanced Big Sky schedule. What have you seen from North Dakota, who comes in as a fairly hot team as well?
Yeah, they really are. They struggled early on a little bit, and then this last month they've been playing extremely good. They have probably two of the better post combos in the conference. They can go inside out. They've got guards that can attack the basket and hit outside shots as well. For us, it's going to be protecting the paint. That's probably gives us the biggest problems going into Thursday's game. We've got to protect the paint. We've got to be able to rebound the basketball. And then we've got to be able to defend on the outside, with their dribble drive, their high-low, their on-ball screens. We've got to be able to defend those in such a way that we still protect the paint. But their size is probably the biggest challenge for us this Thursday night is to protect the paint.
The Vikings host North Dakota here at the Stott Center Thursday night at 7 o'clock. The game is the breast cancer awareness game for the Vikings here at the Stott Center, so all fans are invited to wear pink to the game. Saturday, Vikings are back at home for Senior Day against the Northern Colorado Bears at 2 o'clock. Coach, talk about the Bears this season and seeing them for the first time.
Looking at their games, they've had a lot of really close games. They play hard. That's one of the teams in the Big Sky Conference that play hard every game. They're in every game. They've got guards that can attack the basket, step out and hit threes, and their posts are active. They play a lot of high posts, but they're able to get to the basket on the dribble. They're able to step out and shoot threes. So for us, it's kind of a challenge. It's the opposite challenge of Thursday night, where it's more inside presence. Now it's more of an outside presence, whether it's their guards or posts. We've got to defend the outside and then again protect the inside with our rebounding. So, it's one of those games where you're going to match athleticism with athleticism. their strengths, hopefully our strength on the inside, and to kind of see where the game kind of goes from there. But it's a nice challenge for us to kind of face something different that we haven't seen for a few months, that we kind of saw in the non-conference against teams like UC Davis, Cal State Northridge. So those teams are a little bit similar to what we'll see against Northern Colorado.
Couple of games here at the Stott Center to close out the home schedule for the Vikings. For more information, visit govikes.com.